My insecure boyfriend is getting jealous of another man's voice. My boyfriend and I have been together for around 3 years, and we've had a pretty easygoing relationship, no big fights or anything, until now, which is why I'm questioning myself so much. So I listen to audiobooks, not erotic ones, though I do partake in audio-only porno sometimes because, as becomes important later, I have a thing for nice voices. But somehow someone just reading smut off a page feels weird for me to listen to. No judgment to anyone else, of course, just not my thing. My BF has recently gotten a bug up his butt about me listening to them, especially when he's home, even though I always use headphones and do my best not to disturb him. Also, before anyone says it, my Audible account comes directly out of my own bank account. He has no reason to think it will affect his finances. Anyway, he only ever gave little snide remarks until the latest time, so I let it go. Most recently, I had been making us dinner and cleaning up behind myself as I did it, and because he was playing video games, and I get bored doing those kinds of things without something else to think about, I turned on my favorite audiobook and picked up where I had been listening the week before. I didn't realize he was in the kitchen until he jerked the cord on my headphones and asked if I was doing it again. I asked what he was talking about and he just sighed and said that he needed to talk to me. We sat down, and I'll admit, I was pretty pissed he had jerked on my headphones and not super willing to listen to anything right then. Another reason I might be an a-hole. He said that it really bothered him when I listened to audiobooks from a man's perspective because he knows about my voice thing and that it makes him uncomfortable. I asked why, and he said that he couldn't get it out of his head that I was thinking erotic things about the characters, and that, along with the romantic elements, made him really upset, and felt almost like I wasn't fully committed to him. I asked if he realized I was listening to a book for teens, written by a literal Mormon, and that none of the books I listen to have smut. He said that it didn't matter, and started getting angry again, which just made me angrier, and he dropped the ultimatum that he wanted me to stop or else we would need to break up. I was so pissed at this point that I just shrugged and said, "Gladly, the minute you stop watching porno, I'll never touch any of it again," which had him pissed because he claimed he never said anything about porno, only the romantic and erotic parts of the books I listened to. I said that if he was allowed to make ultimatums of favorite pastimes, why can't I? Then I asked if he would rather give up video games since that's closer to what audiobooks mean to me. He ended up just saying to fricking forget it and went to bed, but has been pissed at me since. I talked to my friends about the situation and got mixed answers, so I wanted to try with strangers as well. Update 2 months later. So it's been a while. I didn't think I would update because the original update would have been mostly us talking and working things out, agreeing that whenever he felt insecure he could tell me, and I could focus my attention on him for a while. It worked really great. Well, until I found out he had been fricking his coworker, that is. I don't have the details, I don't want the details, but he admitted to it in the end, so he did it. That's enough. He wanted to work it out and apologized, begged for a second chance, but honestly, the idea that he said a word to me about an audiobook about Edward frickin' Cullen while he was getting strange on the side? It killed any opportunity for forgiveness I had inside of me. It was so ridiculous, I laugh thinking about it now, and it's been a month since we broke up. Like, it makes me feel insane. It is so funny. He was yelling at me for listening to a book about Mormon vampires while he was cheating on me. XD, I cannot make this shit up. 100 points to whoever said projection the first time I posted. I can't remember if it was a comment or a message, but you were right, I wish I had a cookie. Thanks for the help anyway. Even if the relationship is a bust now, I really do appreciate you all.